the track. This is the pure stock division. This will be the first of two qualifying events for the pure stock division. Out there on the point, that's the number 20 car. That's the Delroy Stutzman. Next to him will be the 25 car, that being driven by David Morgan. Then it'll be the 91. And that'll be driven by Marty Metzger tonight. Then we got the familiar 33. That's the Bob Sullivan machine. We got the 7C. That's Roger Corbin. Then it'll be the 9. I'm sorry, that'll be the 90. That's being driven by Sandor Mattias. Then it'll be the 68. That's the Michael Sonner car, and the 34 of James Perrimanter. The green flag falls over the field. We're underway with the first qualifying event, pure stock division of cars, and David Morgan in the 25 gets out to a big lead as he works off that second turn down the back straightaway. Second place, the 33. That's the Bob Sullivan machine. And then here comes the 90 car of Sandor Mattias. Out of turn number 4, down to the line. He's got a little miss in that car, but David Morgan continues to lead this race. Keep your eye on the 34. That's Jim Perrimanter. He was back in the field. He works his way up the outside of Sandor Mattias, who pushes him way high on the turn. He's going to lose some racing room as he comes down, and your leader continues to be the 25 of David Morgan. Cars start to work their way up through the field as your leader comes down to the line. Bob Sullivan continues into the second position, but the battle's going to be for third. Sandor Mattias in the 90, and here comes Jim Perrimanter. Perrimanter down on the inside this time. He sneaks that 34 car down in as we see David Morgan have a problem with that 25. Now they're side by side for the first position, and out of turn number 4, looks like Bob Sullivan in the 33 is going to lead this time by. Sullivan in the 33 gets by Morgan as he bobbles coming off that second turn and onto the back straightaway. He's now in the second position, but here comes the 34 of Perrimanter. Morgan back up on the inside. The battle's going to be for the lead as they work that back straightaway into turn number 3. Morgan's down on the inside, Sullivan up on the outside, but here comes Perrimanter in the 34. Three-way battle for the lead as they take the halfway signal from your starter. We see some smoke start to come off the 33 of Bob Sullivan. He currently works at second position, but around goes Morgan up into top of turn number 2, and Sullivan's your new leader. Sullivan down out of turn number 3 and 4. Perrimanter right on the back bumper in that number 34 car as we see Morgan try to get that car refired up on the top of turn number 2. So David Morgan's going to bring the caution flag out over this field of cars for this first qualifying event, pure stock division.
33, 34.
Conclusion of this qualifying event for the pure stock division of cars. We're down to 8 cars, 4 laps left as the green flag falls. They're side by side as they come out of turn number 2. Sullivan down on the inside in that 34 car. Perrimanter tries to slide down to the inside. He collects up the number 90 car who gets a flat tire out of that deal. The 90 of Sandor Mattias trying to get that car around the track as we got a lot of debris down on the front straightaway here. That's going to bring the caution back out. So we're going to go back to lap number 4, the last scored lap here in this qualifying event. You can see the officials waving the cars off the outside of the track there as safety crews work their way onto the track to get this cleaned up. Pure stock division of cars come out of turn number 3. Your head starter gives them the green flag. Bob Sullivan in the 33 has got the early lead, but he's taken a lot of heat from the 34 of Jim Perrimanter as we see 2 more cars work their way up in. That's the 73 of Tom Neiman and the 68 of Mike Sonner. Those 4 cars work to the lead as we have 3 more laps left to complete in this qualifying event. Sullivan in the 33 continues to lead as he comes out of that 4th turn onto the main chute, but Perrimanter all over the back of that car as he works that 34 down low in the corner. Perrimanter trying to slide down underneath, but he slides high coming up off the turn, and around goes the 68. That's the Mike Sonner car. He goes around in the top of 2. He gets that refired. We're going to remain under green conditions, and around goes Perrimanter. Perrimanter right backwards down there in turn number 3. He gets that car turned around as we got 2 more laps to go in this qualifying event. Bob Sullivan now with a big lead over the rest of the field as he works that smoking 33 out of turn number 2. Perrimanter gets his car refired. He's back on the track, but your leader's got a big lead over the rest of the field. Out of turn number 4, down to the start-finish line. The white flag's going to fall for Bob Sullivan in the 33. Tom Neiman in the 73 currently rides in your second position, and it looks like it's going to be an easy day for Sullivan in the 33. A lot of smoke coming out of the back of that car as he works down the back straightaway, but he's got a big lead over the rest of the field. He slides down out of turn number 4. The winner of this qualifying event is going to be Bob Sullivan in the 33. Second place is going to go to Neiman, and third to the 34 of Jim Perlmutter. Photograph, the helmet's off. He can hear you now. Big round of applause for Bob Sullivan. Entering the field for the second and final qualifying event for the Pure Stock division of cars. On the point, the number 2 car, Brett Smith. Next to him, Jeff Crossan in the 28. Then it's going to be the 15. That's the Dave Rutledge machine. Then we got the 1 of Buddy Spencer. We'll have the 35. That's the Chuck Kahn car. He's new here tonight. We're going to move to the 7C. That's Roger Corbin. He was up here doing the invocation. We understand this is his first time behind the wheel, so we'll have a lot of fun with Roger in the 7C. Bringing up the rear of the field, that's Doug Gable in the 37. Also, we got Bumper Davis out there. He just pulled on the field. He wasn't scheduled for this lineup, but he's made the field as the green flag comes out, and we see Jeff Crossan get a good start. Once again, the outside row being the fastest as they come off the line, but Brett Smith's right behind him in that number 2. Keep your eye on the Buddy Spencer car. That's number 1. He's worked into the third position, and he brings Dave Rutledge along with him. Crossan off to a good lead as he works out of turn number 4 down onto the main straightaway. Second place still the Brett Smith machine, then Buddy Spencer right behind him in the Dave Rutledge number 15. Cars come together up in the top of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Buddy Spencer's going to take second place away from Brett Smith, and here comes Dave Rutledge in the 15 car. The battle is for third position as they work off that fourth turn. They're side by side on the main straightaway, and Rutledge takes over the position. They work out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Your leader remains the 28 of Jeff Crossan. He's got a big lead over the rest of the field as the battle's now for second place. Buddy Spencer in that number 1 car, and Dave Rutledge in the 15. They work down off that turn. Rutledge hard, but down on the inside, he can't get the bite he needs. Second place remains Buddy Spencer in the number 1 car. They start to work through some lap traffic here. Your leader has pulled it better than a half a straightaway advantage, and it seems that Buddy Spencer's had a problem with his car. He slows dramatically as Dave Rutledge goes into second place. Your leader now at the line takes the cross flags. We're halfway down on this 8-lap qualifying event. Crossan remains your leader in that number 28 car. Second place, now working his way through lap traffic, is the 15 of Rutledge. Third place is going to be your 37. That's Doug Gable. You'll recognize that used to be the Gary Gable car. It's now the Doug Gable car, and he's starting to put on a little heat on the 15 of Rutledge as they now work the main straightaway. That is for second position. Your leader continues to be the 28 of Crossan. Brett Smith having his problems as he gets up into the wall here off turn number 4, and here comes your leader to take the 2-up flag. 2 more times around for Jeff Crossan in the 28. Second place, works his way through lap traffic now. That'd be the 15 of Rutledge. Third is Doug Gable in the 37. Buddy Spencer takes the number 1 car down off the track. Your leader comes out of turn number 3. Once again, he's got a lap car in the way as he comes off the 4th turn. The white flag's going to fly. It's one more time around for Jeff Crossan. Crossan with about a half a track advantage over your second place car, the 15 of Rutledge. This is going to be an easy run for him. There's no more lap cars in front of him. He works down out of turn number 3 into 4 onto the main straightaway. The checkered flag's going to fall, and Jeff Crossan's going to be the winner of the second Pure Stock qualifying event. Rutledge in the 15 will be second, and Doug Gable in the 37 brings his car down for the third position. Finish, a big round of applause for Jeff Crossan. Stock division of cars here at Freedom Raceway. On the point, the 33. That's the Bob Sullivan machine. Then it's the 73 of Tom Neiman, the 25 of David Morgan, the 34 of Jim Perlmutter, the 28 of Jeff Crossan, the 15 of Dave Rutledge, the 91 of Marty Metzger, the 1 of Buddy Spencer, the 20 of Delroy Stutzman. Then it's going to be the 68, that being driven by Mike Sonner. Then we got the 90, that's the Sandor Mattias car. We'll have the 2, that's the Brett Smith racing machine. The 35 is Chuck Kahn, and the 37 of Doug Gable. So that's the field of cars as they get ready to get underway with their feature event. This will be... Cars slowly work their way through turn number 2. You can see the Freedom Raceway pace car start to speed up and get out of the way. It's going to be up to the 33 of Bob Sullivan and the 73 of Tom Neiman. Pure Stock division of cars set to go on their 15-lap feature event. Once again, Bob Sullivan in the 33 up on the point. He's going to pace this field as they come into turn number 4. They start to speed up. Cars are bunching up as they work into the turn. Your head starter looks them over. The green flag flies. They're side by side as they come down the main straightaway, bumper to bumper. Into turn 1, Sullivan down on the inside, but Neiman up on the outside. Cars starting to bump each other as they work through the turns, and it looks like Bob Sullivan's going to pull out. Neiman drops way back on this, and the 25 of David Morgan works his way up through. Keep your eye on Jeff Crossan in the 28. He's moved that car now up into the 3rd position as they come down to the start-finish line. Battle for second as we see Bob Sullivan's moved out into the lead, but David Morgan and Jeff Crossan are side by side down the back straightaway. Morgan down on the inside, Crossan up on the outside. They're in the 2nd position, but they're bearing down on the 33 of Bob Sullivan. Sullivan starting to feel the heat from Jeff Crossan. He's now got by David Morgan, clearly taking over the 2nd spot, and the ground goes the 33 of Sullivan. Sullivan collects up the 15 car, that's the Dave Rutledge machine, and that's going to bring caution out over the field. So caution out over this Pure Stock field of cars. The last scored lap of this 15-lap feature event. So Crossan going to bring him down to the line here. He's got the 25 of David Morgan right next to him, and then Jim Perlmutter in the 34. They come out of turn number 4. Crossan's going to lead. Morgan and Perlmutter get together on the front straightaway. Looks like they get parted. We're going to remain under green. Big break for the 73 of Tom Neiman as he's caught right up with him, and also the Gable car, the 37. And keep your eye on the 1 of Buddy Spencer. 3 wide down into turn number 3. Cars all make it through there as they come into 4. Everybody's still moving. The green flag remains out. Your leader has taken a big lead over the rest of the field. That's the 28 of Jeff Crossan. Perlmutter in the 34 rides in the 2nd position, but here comes Gable in the 37. Gable making that car just fly up through there. As now we see Jeff Crossan encounter some lap traffic on the main straightaway. The 35 car has gone around on the top of 2, but they get that righted around. We stay under green conditions. Rest of the field comes down to the start-finish line. 2nd place remains the 34 of Jim Perlmutter. Then it's going to be the 37 of Gable, and Buddy Spencer in that number 1 car putting a move on Gable. Doug Gable in that 37 car now riding in the 3rd position, but he's trying to hold off Buddy Spencer in the number 1 car, but your leader is checked out on the rest of the field. Crossan out of turn number 4, down the start-finish line. The rest of the field quite a ways back. 2nd place now down on the main straightaway. That's Jim Perlmutter in the 34. Then it's a 37 of Doug Gable. But we have caution out on the field. Caution out. We see the David Morgan car up on the top of the main straightaway there.
Stop. 28.
35, Chuck Kahn, he was out of the contention earlier on. He got that car pulled down inside. He wants to go to the pits, but the yellow flag was brought out for the 25 of David Morgan, who came to rest on the top of the back straightaway.
So just put 90.
Caution lights once again off on the back straightaway. Jeff Crossan brings him down. A tough break. This caution on lap number 5 for Crossan. He checked out on the rest of the field. Now this gives the field an advantage to get right back on his back bumper. Green flag once again waves over the field. Crossan gets a good jump on the start. He comes out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway, but he's got Jim Perriman right behind him. Then it's the 37 of Doug Gable and the 1 of Buddy Spencer. These cars were quite a ways back from your leader, the 28 of Crossan, when that caution flag come out. But now they're a lead pack as they work down the back straightaway. Crossan continues to lead as he comes out of turn number 4. Perriman right behind him, but here comes Doug Gable in the 37. Gable rides in the 3rd position, but he starts to feel some heat. Here comes the number 1 of Bud Spencer. Spencer up on the inside of Gable as they work down that back straightaway. This is the battle for 3rd. Once again, Spencer hard into the corner, pulls it back out, but that's cost him some track position. Halfway signal given to the field. We're halfway through this 15-lap feature event, Mac Tool Night here at Freedom Raceway. Once again, Jeff Crossan is starting to check out on the field. He's got a big advantage over your second-place car. That'd be the 34 of Jim Perriman. Doug Gable in the 37 rides in the 3rd position, and Bud Spencer in 4th. Around goes the 34 Perriman. He was your second place car. He goes around to turn number 2. That gives Doug Gable the 2nd place as they come into turn number 4, but your leader is in heavy lap traffic as he works the main straightaway. Crossan trying to work that lap traffic as he comes out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Your second place car is the 37 of Gable, but here comes Bud Spencer once again down the back straightaway, and this time Spencer goes flying by. Spencer now takes over the 2nd position in that number 1 car as he comes out of turn number 4. Now he's got heavy lap traffic, and he's got Doug Gable right on his back bumper. Jeff Crossan in the 28 works past his last lap car on the back straightaway there. We got the 88's gone around in turns number 1 and 2. He gets that car refired. He's trying to get it out of the racing groove. He moves down onto the inside of the track and will remain under green conditions. Your leader with a big advantage over the rest of the field works into turn number 3. Jeff Crossan making it look easy out there. Your second place car about half a track behind. That's the number 1 of Bud Spencer. Head starter indicating to these lap cars to move over as the leaders are coming by. Crossan gets by the 88. He got righted back around in turn number 2. Looks like Crossan's going to have an easy run at it as he runs down into turn number 3. Bud Spencer in that number 1 car. He now works the lap traffic as your leader takes the 2-up signal from your head starter. Going to be 2 more times around for Jeff Crossan in the 28. He's got a clean track ahead of him, and his second place car is quite a ways behind him here, so it looks like it's going to be an easy run for the 28 of Crossan. This time by, white flag's going to fly one more time for Jeff Crossan in the 28. The number 1 of Bud Spencer remains your second place car. He's about half a track behind as your leader works that back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Out of 4, the checkered flag comes out. The winner of this event is going to be Jeff Crossan in the 28. Second's going to go to the number 1 of Buddy Spencer. And third will go to Doug Gable in the 37.
He's out of the car. He made it look easy out there. A big round of applause for Jeff Crossan.
That kind of was just that tiring gear back.
On behalf of our friends at Mac Tool, tonight's sponsor, and the management here at Freedom Raceway, we'd like to thank everybody for coming, and we hope to see you Monday night. Remember, we have the Win Sportsman here Monday night, plus the regular